Welcome back to Beaver Tales. I'm Heidi Schwarzli, the business manager at Beaver Machine Corporation. Today we're going to be speaking with Julio Asensio from Tric S A. Julio is a longtime customer of Beaver's and is our authorized reseller in the Guatemalan market. Julio, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Can
And yes, my name is Julio Asensio, and I'm the general manager of Tric S A, located in Guatemala. We serve Guatemala and a few other countries. We are a wholesale distributor of bulk candy and Beaver vending machines, selling to vending operators and candy businesses.
So I'm going to start off with how you got into bulk vending.
Okay, well, yeah, well, we started a business since 1997, and once around the year 2000 in Guatemala, the 1 quetzal coins were issued. So we saw a natural opportunity to get into that business because we were already promoting bulk sale candy, and bulk can be done in vending machines. So that's how we started. We looked for a good vending partner in equipment and also in product.
Great. And can you tell us a bit about your business today?
Yeah, well, we're still promoting candy business, and we distribute, of course, we distribute Beaver Machines equipment and over 100 kinds of candy to
Wow.
different kinds of candy businesses, including vending. Vending, of course, being one of the main businesses that we do business with. And it's not just about selling product and equipment. It's also about advising our customers, giving them investment advice, giving them profit analysis, teaching them about depreciation, calculating demand elasticity, and suggesting portion quantities, uh, giving a little bit of financing options and repair services, parts, all of that. That's also part of what we do.
So you really help them out in entirety with the entire understanding of the business and how it works.
Yes, that's right. We try to give them a comprehensive turnkey solution.
That's very innovative. What
Yeah.
is one of the things that you love about the bulk vending industry?
The bulk vending industry has a lot of virtues. First of all, it is modular, so you can do a vending business in all kinds of places and adapt it to those locations. If you're creative enough, you can configure it in thousands of different ways, in different furniture and stands, in different stores or shopping centers. So it's very modular. It's also a very simple way to sell single servings of many kinds of products in a cost-effective way. And this is a difficult thing to achieve without some equipment. Then you can also see it from the point of view of the operator, where they can start and grow a business without committing to high fixed long-term costs. And so there is definitely a smaller entry barrier where you can be competitive even if you're not a big business. Plus, you can complement your vending business with other work. Even if you have a full-time job, you can still do vending on the side. And this is partly because you can put the vending machines nearby. You don't have to go and start in a large regional area. So you can be close to home or close to your current work to start. And eventually you probably will grow. And that's another virtue. You can grow slowly instead of having to do it all at the same time. So vending is interesting for the operator, but it's also interesting for the consumer because the consumer can just get a little bit of instant gratification without having to buy a full bag of candy to take home with them. So it's,
Absolutely.
yeah, so it has a lot of virtues.
It's an incredible for people looking to get into the industry, into a business for sure.
Yes, definitely. It's a good option for someone with an entrepreneurial spirit.
That's right. So I have to ask, you brought up vending the candy to consumers. What is your personal favorite product to taste test?
Okay, well, in general, I've always loved sweets, and I like chocolate-based products. Um, and it's important to note that I guess not everyone will like all of the varieties. So I would always highly recommend offering variety to your customers because I guess we don't always share the same tastes. And I even myself, I like tasting different kinds. Maybe sometimes I'm in the mood for something chewy, or sometimes I'm in the mood for a pressed candy. But it's difficult to single out a specific uh, variety, and that's something that can be applied to your business.
Fair enough. What are you seeing in trends right now in Guatemala as like would you be able to pick a most popular candy right now?
Well, yeah, I guess we're trying to see if chewies will be an interesting trend. We have a lot of interest for sour products, and bubblegum is always a favorite. And so it, in Guatemala, you do see less of a spicy kind of products and more of a sour kind of products. So that's maybe the biggest trend right now.
Okay. And then I have to ask, why Beaver? Why did you pick Beaver as part of your business plan, and what do you enjoy about selling Beaver products?
Well, I guess we were committed to Beaver since day one in 2002, I think it was, and it's because Beaver has really shown to provide really high quality and reliable or durable equipment. So the operator can just safely invest, hard-earned money in something that will recover its value, and for sure, and you will have available parts and service behind that product in case something happens to it. So we do see Beaver equipment that is more than 10 years old, and it's still working fine in the street. Um, Basically, you cannot say that a Beaver machine is expensive. You can say that other equipment is cheap.
Well, thank you. We love hearing things like this because my family definitely has a passion for providing that quality product. So the fact that it's testing out like that in the market really makes us happy to hear.
Definitely, yes.
What advice do you have for someone getting into the industry?
Okay, well, I do have a few recommendations. One of them is what we just talked about, which is going with good quality equipment, so you can commit into a long-term investment, is having it give you trouble, you know, down the road. And we we have seen people buy other kinds of equipment where it isn't supported by parts, or it goes, it doesn't last as long. And because you're investing money into equipment, you should really think about the quality of the equipment you're investing in. That's one of the best advices I can give anyone. Then you can also think about your locations and securing them, maybe writing something down to make sure your equipment will be serving for a long time instead of someone taking that location from you. We see this sometimes where people don't have something written down, and they uh, they don't realize that, I guess, the equipment is the heart of the operation,
Mhm.
but the location is the brains of the business. When you try to negotiate a percentage of your sales as payment for space instead of paying a fixed rent, it's also better. Fixed rents can be tricky and should be reserved for places where it is your only choice, or for more experienced operators that know what their profits can be with that fixed rent. So always try to start with a variable or percentage of your sales as payment for space. That's also one of the advices I would like to give. And stick with high quality products or inventory as well. So
Thank,
those are my main recommendations.
thank you. I think people will find those extremely helpful.
I hope so, yes.
Do you have a funny story or a tale to share about bulk vending machines and product?
Well, yes, I do. I thought about this, and one day, one of my professors from the university called me, and he said his wife was doing studio photography. And so during the holidays, she organizes pictures for families with Santa. And each year they build a different stage. So there was one year where they were building a stage, and the theme was Santa surrounded by candy. So we lent them a few vending machines to set up their stage during the photography season. And naturally, all the kids that went to get their pictures taken with their families would also want to get some candy from the vending machines. But this was the decoration
Right.
stage. So I think they had to keep filling machines up, to get the pictures right,
Oh
because they
no.
had a lot of people coming there. And but you can imagine now these people have their family pictures hung in their living rooms and for everyone to see, and they all have these fond memories surrounded by vending machines and candy. So I guess I owe my professor and his wife a big thanks for this.
Yeah, that's hilarious. It really does show how much vending machines bring so much joy to not just children, but to people in general. Like people are very attracted to it.
Yeah, it's a harmless way to build memories and have some fun. Definitely.
Absolutely. I have a question. I'm going to bounce back a little bit about your business. What geographical locations do you sell to?
We're mainly we do cover all of Guatemala's territory, but as you know, it's not a large country, so we do also a little bit of work outside of Guatemala in Central America and in a couple of other countries. Um, Guatemala is very centralized, so we're in Guatemala City, and all of the transportation comes out of Guatemala City, which geographically centered between the Atlantic and the Pacific Oceans, and it's also a natural place to ship out from. So we do see people coming in to see the equipment from all over the country, but we also work with them on the internet and through the phone. Yeah.
Thank you. And my last question for today is, what do your customers love about dealing with your company? Why should people call Tric?
Okay, well, we try to make it easy to do business with our customers. We know we sell high quality products, so we try to be stable and fair with our pricing to try to give them all of the same opportunity and a level playing field, because we know they will be competing against each other in the street.
Right.
And this is also accompanied by some financing options and some advice that we can give them. So that's I guess what customers will love about our business.
Thank you so much for your time today, Julio. You've brought a vast amount of knowledge to our viewers that I'm sure they will find extremely helpful. We at Beaver would like to thank you for your continued support. And that's it for Beaver Tales this month. Like and follow us on social media to watch future episodes.
Thank you for having me. It's been nice to talk to you.
Thank you.